Hello there. Hi YouTube! EA gave me an exclusive look into the gameplay of Star Wars Squadrons. Say what? And that was pretty exciting. So thank you very much. Presented by EA Game Changers. Let's have a look. Keep it cool, Kolo. Stay cool. Keep it cool. I've never been cool in my life. Okay, we have to create 2 pilots because we switch between both. Who plays the Imperial pilot for your first mission? Alright, sure. I wanna play this lady. Oh, she looks really badass. Definitely.
My life for the Empire. Victory will be mine.
Oh my god.
Nothing but the best.
I love that we can change their voices.
Victory is inevitable, of course.
Our victory is inevitable, of course.
They won't know what hit him.
They won't know what hit him. Shall I just stop and actually play the game?
I am an unexpected variable.
Same, dude. Can I change the name? Shall I do Olok and Kolo? Can I call them Olok and Kolo? No, let's not do that.
I'm game if you are.
I'm game if you are.
It's an honor. Yours, not mine, obviously.
That's the one. That will be the one. Thank you. Lovely. Let's go. Accept. Standard instruments only. So they did just explain instruments only, which is basically a reduced version of the HUD, which makes it very difficult, apparently. And they say at the moment we can't select it from here, but we can play it in-game and change it in-game practice. I'm gonna go ahead and not assume skill, because I don't tend to have any. Don't tell anyone. Faction new reply. I'd like to go on pilot. That might be a bad... Oh, but now I have to... Okay, alright. I've made my choice. Let's go. Customize your ships. Okay, so they said that we have set loadouts at the moment. So let's have a look. Oh, baby. Oh, look at the stairs, man. Can we climb in and go? The unforgettable symbol of the Imperial fleet. It is designed for high-speed dogfights against starfighters and is flexible enough to challenge enemy capital ships. I'm busting to try a support class, like the idea that I can lay mines and then repair my teammates' armor. That sings to me. That sings to me. But I think probably the best thing to do is just start with a fighter. It's kind of more of an all-purpose thing. Can we edit it? Can we? Oh, I can. Sweet. All right. So we can edit it. I'm just going to go with what they've given me first so we can just try it out. Oh, the claw. Oh, I'm rumbling. Okay. All right. So back me up here, what's going on? Okay, access practice options. Deploy enemy squadron. Deploy enemy corvette. Ooh, timed obstacle course. All right. This is brave. The first thing I've done in the game. And I'm like, sure, let's try a timed obstacle course. All right, let's go. Okay. Did I have to go through there? This is weird controllers for somebody who's used to a HOTAS. This is going to be one hell of a learning curve when I'm used to... All right, have I got to go through that? When I'm used to flight assist off, because it's just not as maneuverable, hey? I mean, it wasn't pretty, but we did it. Have I got to go back? Okay. Oh my god, I can go really fast. I wonder why, because it seems quite dangerous. And we're gonna... That was fun. Can we do it again? Okay, let's talk control schemes. The gameplay that you're seeing in my footage here is entirely on controller. We were advised to play this build on controller. There will be HOTAS support for PC on launch, and they're working on HOTAS compatibility for consoles too, but haven't yet announced anything about that in terms of certainty. So let's hope, fingers crossed. There is VR support on launch, and the control scheme for VR will be the same as non-VR players. So HOTAS support, keyboard, mouse support, controller support. The team said that they don't currently have plans to use eye tracking software to make that compatible, and I do think that's a shame. I think that's something that, particularly coming from an Elite Dangerous background, I know that there are a lot of players who do use eye tracking software, and I feel like that would also help bridge the gap, the skill gap between VR and non-VR players. The other reason why I think that's a shame is I think that that will limit the accessibility options to those who might struggle with a traditional control scheme. Speaking of advantage, the matchmaking in multiplayer does not take control scheme into account. So VR players and non-VR players will be pulled together in the same team. Another thing to talk about in terms of matchmaking is that there is a early leave penalty. So if you do leave a match before it's over, you will get an increasing penalty. If somebody does leave your team early, you will then be able to leave that match without penalty. And honestly, that's necessary. That's very, very necessary. Having 3 versus 5, just nah. The control mapping options seem to be pretty damn extensive and customizable, and I think that's really going to help players who are coming from all kinds of different backgrounds, those who are used to more arcadey games, those who are used to more flight sim type games. The idea that there are also default profiles that you can switch between to learn what works for you, I think makes, again, just a lot of sense to me. Crossplay will be implemented on launch, which is incredible because you just play with your friends across different platforms. It's a no-brainer. It makes sense. I'm really glad that that is implemented. There will also be backward compatibility for consoles, so next-gen consoles will be supported as well. From a very personal point of view, in terms of controllers, I am very, very happy that rudder pedal compatibility is also going to be there. Yeah! For those of you who have seen my previous video on my control scheme for Elite Dangerous, you will know that I fly with a very strange combination of keyboard, mouse, and pedals. Personal preference, guys. If it works, right? And again, thinking about accessibility options for those who might struggle with traditional control schemes, having the ability to use pedals is just brilliant. A question I get a lot about the games that I play on stream is there a colorblind mode? Yes! Squadrons will have a colorblind mode. There's also text-to-speech, which again, just accessibility-wise, proper chuffed. Think that's going to be great. Should we just deploy an enemy and see what happens? Let's just see what happens, shall we? What do we want? Should we roll it? Let's roll the dice. I don't know which one I want. Hold on, stand by. Let the dice decide. All right, we got a D4. Ready? 2. Can you see it? 2. Looks like we're going for Squadron 2. Are we ready? I'm not ready. Breathe, Kolo, breathe. It's gonna be okay. You're just gonna kill everybody and it's gonna be great. Okay. So I'm gonna need to put my engines, my pips hopefully into there. Destroy fighters. All right, sure, let's go. Man, the maneuverability is going to take a real long time to get used to. Okay, so actually probably what I want to do is a boost turn, I imagine. Boost turn's quite nice, friends. Right, let's try and see if we can actually kill something now. I'm going to have to learn these pips a lot better if I want to get something. Oh my god. I'm hoping I evaded that. Oh, baby, she evaded it. Repair? In resupply area. Oh, that's really cool. Do you know what you shouldn't do when you're fighting? You shouldn't stand still. Definitely not. I don't know how to get out. Set me free. Oh, here we go. All right, let's go back to the Imperial hangar and see what happens in here. I don't want to go easy. Is that like, am I just gonna shoot myself in the foot here? I've got like an hour to play this game. Do you know what? Let's just do it. Sure. All right, let's go. I got my little cheat sheet of controls, which is probably not big enough. So, ship types. We have previously seen these infographics before, so I'm not going to go into a great amount of detail about each ship and the comparisons. The short version is that there are 8 starfighters split into 4 classes, with Imperial and Rebel having unique versions of each class. I focused mostly on support vessels, which have the option to drop repair, restocks, place turrets, and mines, and I am here for the support vessels. I mean, I can restock and help out my teammates, and I can blow stuff up. Sounds great. Again, I also wanted to stick to one type just to get to grips with something as much as possible. The support ships seem to be an underplayed class as well, with the exception of the very last battle, which everybody suddenly switched to one. I think just probably to give it a try before the end of the session. So it being an underplayed class, I just wanted to help the team have the balance that it needed. One thing to say is that if you do switch ships and the team balance ends up unbalanced and there's too many of one ship and not enough of another, then the game does warn you. I really don't think it will take long at all before meta builds are out there. I'm hoping that the game balancing is accurate and timely. And again, a concern here is how that meta team balancing works with different control schemes and different platforms grouped together. Can I go for support? Can we do support straight away, do you think? I've done a little bit of fighter, but I think I think this is what I would like to play, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, so our primary weapon is a standard laser cannon. Our left auxiliary is a supply droid. I wonder if we could see them. I have a turret mine, and I have a sensor jammer. Oh, baby. Okay. Oh, baby, is there a ginger one? Is there a... That's really cool though, isn't it? Emperor's Guard. Pilots personally selected by Emperor Palpatine are assigned to undisclosed locations on classified missions. Personally selected by Emperor Palpatine. Yeah. Yeah. Can I have a bobblehead? I was promised Ewok bobbleheads. I don't think we're gonna know what any of this does until we do it, so let's just select it for launch. Yes, please. And let's go back. Here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's have a look here. So that's my engines. That's gotta be weapons, right? And that's gotta be shields. Oh, this is heavier to fly. Oh, I like that. It feels nice. This feels really nice to fly. And oh my god, look at how beautiful it is. Look at how beautiful it is. Can we boost? Oh, baby, we can boost. Ah, yeah, that's nice. So I guess that's what they call a drift. So if we deploy an enemy squadron... 2. It's a 2. Let's go. Okay, let's have a little look. Oh! Oh, nice! So that's my supply droid. And you just launch it into the future, and then if I go into it... Oh. Are you coming after me now, my dudes? Oh, man, I love that the sound effects are the same as in the films. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm screwed. Or maybe I'm not. I'm definitely in trouble, though. We are definitely in trouble, friends. Oh, dear. Okay. So, here's what I've learned today. I can evade missiles. And I can't really do anything else. So how do I find my way back to my family and friends? I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. There we go. A sense of direction, me. Definitely. Yeah, absolutely, definitely got one of those. So I'm determined to get used to this, dude. I am determined to find out how this works. 2 distinct currencies for customization. Spend requisition. I feel like I've got to say it like... Requisition! To unlock starfighter components, and spend glory To customize the look of your starfighter, cockpit, and pilot, you earn both requisition and glory. Why is that funny? For leveling up. But complete daily challenges earns additional glory. Items unlocked for one faction do not unlock for the other. Okay. I'm gonna spend the glory. And I'll find the requisition with you. New loadout slot unlocked. That's great. Can I start? All right. I'd like to go. Why am I level 15 already? Stop it. Okay, so this is the lobby area. It's the waiting area once you've picked your ship and you're looking around, waiting for a dogfight. And there's a droid. I spent way too long following this dude. He's great. Okay, so this is us going into the fight. Off we go.
Vanguard 2, standing by.
Let's talk a little bit about the UI here. Here is my throttle. Here is my radar. This is my ship, and you can see the shield lines around there. Here is my power management. The blue one on the left is engines. The red one in the middle is the firepower, and the green one on the right is shields. Not all ships have shields. Some do just have engines and weapons. This is a support ship, which does have shields. Here you can see my weapons. This one on the left, which has 6 at the moment, that's a supply droid, which drops a green sphere, which you'll see a little bit later on, and your teammates can fly into that to resupply. This one in the middle is a sensor jammer, which helps you avoid missiles. You can also avoid missiles with some swift flying, which I did manage to do a few times. This one on the far right is a turret mine, which took me a long time to get to grips with, but you'll see in use later on. Great start. So the lasers are actually really hard to target. I found this particularly difficult, and I am really pleased that they have put useful lasers on the support ship. But they are pretty damn hard to target with. So here what you see me do is you just see me put all of my power into my engines there, and you will see on the throttle and with this yellow bar how exactly that works. Basically, it allows me to boost. Basically, it allows me to do this, which is a little boost. It allows super tight turns, so I can have slightly more possibility of going back to get this dude. Here you can see a missile about to come in, and you can also see just here that my sensor jammer is not available.
Missile headed my way.
So here's the kill cam. You can skip it if you want to, but it's pretty damn useful, I think. After the kill cam, you do see the scoreboard. You can see my cooldown up here where it says 7 until we redeploy, and then you do get ranked within your team. I did find it particularly difficult playing a support class. I definitely died a lot more, that's for sure, but as I got to grips with it, I did see an increase in assists, and I did see an increase in points based on that.
Okay, here I come.
Here comes the resupply. Now this happens pretty damn quickly. You can see here that this goes down. This is the sphere. These guys have that little plus there, so I'm trying to help them out. So here we go, we redeploy this, and I'm trying to help them out. And there's the countermeasure from the missiles. It gives you a kind of indication of the time as they go in, and then you can see that I deploy this sensor jammer. And here you can see me again kind of trying to figure out this targeting, which I did find really hard. I could have changed my power into blue, which would have allowed me to boost and get to him quicker, but given my distance, I didn't actually want to go very much faster. I was in range with my missiles, so I just headed out there. And here comes my third weapon, which we haven't seen. You're about to see a ball of blue shoot into this just here, and you'll see that this goes down. So this is my turret mine that I'm attempting to finish this guy off with. It's really quick, but you will see that blue shoot into there. There it is. Whoops. I think it's safe to say we were well and truly thrashed on that map, but you know, live and learn. And this is my face as we were absolutely smashed. And there's the closing screen. I think this is pretty cool that it gives you some kind of feedback, and I think it also helps the different classes instead of being considerably relying on the damage meter. There is a great value in scoreboards, but I do really enjoy that it gives you a little bit of a boost at something to highlight your strong points. I think it's a nice touch and makes you feel slightly better when you have a devastating loss. All right, guys. Onwards to fleet battles. The cinematics in this, I'm just so impressed with. The cutscenes, yes, but look at the detail in these. Oh my god. My heart when they came in. This is the signature mode, and it's multi-stage. There are several lines of defense. It's a 5v5 battle, but each team is also supported by an AI fleet. The goal here is to blow up the opposing flagship. I am playing a support class, but just in a different ship, as you can see just there. One thing that I'm really looking forward to exploring is that there is a morale system that boosts the team, and I'm super excited to get stuck in on that one for sure. And apparently I was feeling a little brave to go and destroy a Corvette, and then we stand still. Note to self, don't stand still in battles, that's a really bad idea. Supply points are really, really vital. You do have to stay in that area, and you can see that I am regenerating here. So you do have to stay exactly in that area while that happens. You can't just fly through it. You do actually have to pit stop. Here you can see the lines of defense that I was talking about earlier on each side, and you can see the points that we are going over to attack. So let's go and do that. Let's take down this Corvette. At this point, I'm gonna be honest, trying to keep track of everything was just so difficult. The shields go down just there, and then you'll see that I start to go down, so I just escape. I get the butts out of there and let my teammates take that down. We're at another point here where I'm desperately trying to find that restock point. I think more than anything, this just shows how much there is to think about at the same time. And having played at this point 20 minutes or so of this mode, I cannot stress enough how many things there are to keep track of. And that's just going to take time. There's a lot of mistakes that we made, but also a lot of learning. But we were quite seriously devastated. I think it's safe to say that we were quite overpowered. So here we do get a couple of kills. I'm learning a little bit more here. You can see this missile coming, and I timed this pretty damn well. I'm pretty chuffed with the timing here. I waited right until the last minute, and off we went. Maybe let's not talk about quite how much we lost by in this one. Maybe we can just... Maybe we shouldn't talk about quite how much we lost there. You will notice that in my footage, I did mostly focus on Imperial ships, and that's for two main reasons. The first one is that we had a very limited playtime to get to grips with the game, and I wanted to narrow my selections down a little bit to kind of try and have a better chance of getting good at something. The second reason that I largely focused on Imperial ships is because we were playing with a small pool of people for this preview event, and I think the likelihood of what happened here is because I didn't pick a preference for either side. I think what happened there is that most of my teammates and opposition chose to be a rebel pilot, so that I think that was absolutely a factor too about why I ended up in an Imperial ship. One of the things that I didn't manage to explore as thoroughly as I wanted to is the ping system. The in-game ping system is kind of a little bit, but not very much, but still a little bit comparable to the way that this works in Overwatch with the group up options or the acknowledgement options. So it allows players to communicate by targeting an enemy and coordinating an attack, or identifying a friendly person as well. We did get to see some of the single player story mode, which I'm pretty excited about, I have to say. I was pretty impressed. Quite rightly, the folks at EA didn't want to give a whole load of story spoilers for that mode, so we won't be covering that in great depth here at all. It's set after Return of the Jedi. It's a brand new story in this single player campaign, and you spend time switching between two characters on the Imperial and Rebel side, so you can see the story from each perspective. And I'm pretty sold on that. There is a branch point in the story mode where you have the option to either continue the story or go straight into multiplayer. Within the game, there are a lot of optional objectives between each of the missions, and players will also be able to replay the single player missions to achieve medals. And honestly, like, I'm here for that, because as a previous achievement hunter in World of Warcraft, I think that's going to really appeal to my kind of completionist side for sure. You make one character for each side, and there is the ability to unlock cosmetic options, and later in the game to unlock different species. And I think honestly one of the really great things that's been announced about this game is that there will not be any microtransactions, and the unlocks will be things that you unlock through the gameplay itself. I think it's safe to say that for me the first step is going to be unlocking the Ewok bobblehead, because it might seem trivial, but it's important to me. Okay, it's really cute. I'm not even going to say anymore. That's it. That's all I gotta say about it. The biggest things that I'm taking away from this is that the emphasis is well and truly on teamwork in both single and multiplayer, whether it's PvP or PvE. I think it's going to be fab for meeting people and playing cross-platform. I'm super excited about. It is just that reservation on the manpower behind being able to check out reports on a swift basis. The boost and drift is brilliant. That's just going to be a lot of fun, and learning that quick maneuver is just going to be so satisfying, I think. It was so hard to get to grips with everything in such a limited time frame. Watching the footage back, I've been like, oh wow. We were devastated multiple times, but there was a lot of learning, and I think that it was so much to take in. I'm really hoping to play some more, because honestly, I'm just desperate to get good. That's basically it. Get good! My overwhelming opinion of this is really positive. And sure, I have the concerns that I've already talked about, and I hope that there's longevity in this game. I hope that it remains accessible to newer players as well as the skill level increases. I hope that it has longevity in that way for sure. And maybe new ships in the future. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to EA for inviting me to have this exclusive access. It's been a lot of fun, and maybe see you again sometime. That'd be lovely. Thanks. Okay, thanks. Bye.